Hey guys, how are you? Friday evening here. Quite late tonight. It's been a busy day in the Williamson household. Day five. Wow. I mean, that's gone so fast. And what's been really cool is that the last couple of days, the feedback started to roll in about things that are happening for people. And I'm sure people are like, that seems a little bit too soon. But, the feedback that's coming in, this is happening for people because maybe for them it was just one of the keys that was missing to their manifestation success and they nailed it on the first day, but most of us need more than that. Yeah, most of us need more than one of the keys unlocked, and sometimes we're using some of the keys here and there, but maybe not all together. So this challenge really is about bringing it all together. And this weekend is a huge piece because this weekend we're learning about letting go, which is a huge part of manifestation. It's being unattached to the detail of how your vision will happen, and being detached from any sort of need to make it happen. I think when we sort of get into that place where we're stuck, things aren't happening for us, we start to become quite desperate, and you can hear it in our language, and we refer to needing to do things, and we need this to happen, and it's all very desperate. And actually, that doesn't work with manifestation. We need to be able to lose that need, trusting that my vision is coming, just like we pay for something on Amazon and trust that it's coming in the mail. We don't check every single day and make sure that the Amazon parcel's coming. We put that order through, and Amazon knows what we want, and they mail it to us and it arrives at our door. And manifestation is a lot like that. We actually we have to lose that sense of need. And that's what we're going to be practicing over the weekend. But today we're actually going to answer a question that's come in multiple times. And it's a huge question, but I think I can answer it. So it is, how do I live a happy and fulfilling life? And I want to say that this activity from today is a huge part of it. That ability to let go is a huge part of living a happy and fulfilled life. And I'd like us to start at what we're doing currently. So, as I like to get you to do is to interrogate stuff. So how do you respond currently? Because I know when I was stressed and I was in struggle, I actually got very easily frustrated, very easily wound up, very affected. If somebody said something that wasn't necessarily about me, I'd be, up in arms about it. I was very reactive, very affected. And I used the stress and the struggle of the time as a real excuse to be that way. But now I know that I was just not consciously choosing to let go. So have a think about your reactions. How are you when something doesn't go your way? Or, maybe it's a work thing. Your expectations aren't met. Maybe your husband lets you down. Your partner doesn't do something that you were expecting them to do. Think about your focus. Think about whether you always see the good in things or whether you get annoyed about the things in something that you don't see good. What do you go to first? Do you go to the positive or do you go to the negative? Do you preoccupy yourself with the media and what's going on in the news? I mean, there's a lot of stuff on there. How do you react to that? Do you watch that? Do you spend time watching the news, listening to the radio on the way into work? A really good use of a reflection journal is to interrogate this stuff. So, if you can start that beautiful practice at the end of the day or in the morning, taking some time to reflect, you can actually start reflecting on how you are reacting and noticing and questioning what these reactions are doing to your personal energy. And ask yourself a big question: is it worth it? Because if you think back to day one of our challenge, and you looked at that big vision of what you want, how you want your life to be, and how much we know now that our personal energy is a big part of manifesting that vision into success, is it worth it to knock your vibration off so significantly by the little things that happen through your day? Because for our vision to manifest, we've got to be in flow. And I'm not sure if you know what that word means, but it really is a little bit like Zen. So when we're Zen, we're not living in the past, we're not living in the future, we're living fully in the present. And flows are like a lot like that, but we're also doing the things that we absolutely love. So they bring us so much joy, we're fully wrapped up in them, and they make us feel good. And flow thrives when we push ourselves slightly out of our comfort zone too, so that we're actually taking action and moving forwards. So always remembering and coming back to what we've learnt this week, and that is that we attract who we are, not what we want. So this weekend is really about working on how you respond to things to keep you in flow. You should be in flow this week. You're discovering yourself. You're remembering the things that you love. You're clarifying that vision of what you want in your life. You're realizing the things that are not so positive for you, and your vibe is rising, and that is bringing you into flow with you and your soul's purpose and that vision of what you want in your life. So it's all about how you respond over the weekend to little things, making sure that they don't affect you, just learning to just like let them go and find a way to it's like when water drops off a duck's back, it's a little bit like that. But also letting go, trying to let go of how your vision will manifest, in preference for working on becoming the best version of yourself to attract your vision to you. So we talked yesterday about unraveling everything you know and putting it back together again. And this is the putting it back together part. This is creating the new beliefs and creating the new modes of reality, new ways for you to do things to become that better person and more easily attract your vision to manifest. And to create those new beliefs, we do have to do the unravel part. We need to work out what our existing beliefs are and the experiences that they were born out of, because it's these experiences that are holding us back from taking action, and putting it back together allows us to show up in our life in a whole new way, and that's that better version of ourselves. So a good example of that is today I took my youngest daughter into the doctors. Now a few months, maybe 6 months ago, she had a really bad asthma attack. And it was all panic stations. An ambulance was called. We were rushed to the hospital. She was struggling to breathe. It was really frightening, and the doctors were obviously quite panicked as well. And they were kind of coming at her. She wasn't even 3, and they were coming at her with oxygen masks and steroids, and it was obviously really frightening for her. And today I took them both into the doctors because they've been so poorly with this flu, and I just wanted to check that they were doing okay. And it was straight away, Jade remembered that experience that she had last year that has created this belief that doctors are scary places, and you could see the fear in her eyes, and she didn't want the doctor anywhere near her. She didn't want her chest checking. She didn't want to have anything to do with it. I think if I could have opened the door, she would have run. And that's what happens as we go through life. And it can be subtle experiences, but they can have a really significant impact on what we choose to do. And, I think it can happen in our business. It happens in business a lot because we're in this position where we're doing things that are uncertain for us, and we're doing things that are kind of putting ourselves out there. And as we go through life, we trip up putting ourselves out there. We are the kid that gets laughed at when we trip over our shoelace, or these experiences that are seemingly small have a massive impact and create these beliefs about ourselves that perhaps we're not as good at something as we want to be. So today was a real eye-opener for me that I could let that fear ingrain in Jade, or I can create a new experience for her that's going to change how she thinks about the doctors. Because our brains are proven to have neuroplasticity, which means they can easily adapt and change as we have new experiences. So we can effectively rewire our brains and erase those past experiences by doing something new and doing it repeatedly. So, to that question, if we want to live a happy and fulfilling life, we have to be able to actually do the things that make us feel happy and fulfilled. And this is really what we've been going through this week, clarifying that vision of what we actually want so it's clear. And that doesn't end here. This is going to continue. This should continue for you because you need to get clearer and clearer on that vision so that you can feel that vision like it's already happened in your life. And that doesn't happen in a week, so that's going to be a continuing process. And the next thing is gaining awareness of those past experiences that are creating the fears that are holding you back. If you can get to grips with those, you can move forward because they don't have control over you anymore. And we've talked about letting the fear actually heal you. Another part is controlling those negative thought patterns and achieving true peace of mind, and also motivating actions and decisions that are in alignment with who we truly are. So actually being really sure of who we truly are and what we actually love and what we want to do and what is our purpose. So the unravel part heals our internal condition so that those counter intentions are not an issue anymore. We talked about previously in the week how those counter intentions sit there in your subconscious, and whatever intention you consciously set to change your life or do a certain thing or start a business or find the perfect partner, those counter intentions are always going to sabotage if we do not heal that internal condition. So by healing that internal condition, we are able to heal from those past experiences. Maybe we forgive, maybe we let go, maybe we understand. But more than anything, we utilize our past as our greatest power for creating the future that we want. Like me, your pain might become your purpose. I help people go from stuck to unstoppable because I went from stuck to unstoppable, and I let go of my limiting beliefs and my fears, and I became fierce. I actually became fierce in my belief that I can have anything that I want in my life, and I became fiercely confident in my abilities to make that happen and dedicated to that potential in my life. So that was me taking that pain and finding purpose in it. And maybe that's something that you will go on to do. And the confidence in doing that came from really knowing myself. So really spending some time knowing myself, knowing who I was before what happened to me happened, and discovering who I wanted to be next, So I've also been able to bring my passion for wellness into my business, which is awesome because, for a long time it just felt like, something that I like to do. I'm a kickboxer, but now I know it's more than that. I'm fiercely dedicated to other people's health because I have been on the raw end of feeling not empowered. So again, you find those things that are broken for you, and you've managed to fix that in your life, and you can take that learning and help other people. I'd also really like to hear where you are with your belief. So we talked yesterday about the acronym BEAR. So belief, enthusiasm, action, results. So our results are always driven by our action, but our action is always driven by our enthusiasm, and our enthusiasm is always driven by our belief. Because if we don't really believe that we can do something, then our motivation to go out and take those actions to change our life is just not there. It's hard. It's like, in your business, your phone is 20 kilos trying to lift it up and put it to ear and speak to people. It's not going to happen. Everything's driven by your belief. So where is your belief right now that you can manifest what you want to manifest into your life? I would love you to share that with me, because it's only this, just to finish, it's only really this level of awareness that can start to control those negative thought patterns, which are sabotaging your actions. So, it's almost like the reflection journal. If you write in your reflection journal, it's processing those low energy emotions so that you release them, but it's also helping you work stuff out. So I hope that you will share with me. If you're here in New Zealand, I hope you're having a great Friday night. I'm hoping it's quiet because you're all out enjoying yourself, living at large. Wherever else you are, whether it's Friday morning, Friday lunchtime, or if you're still in Thursday, enjoy. I will be going live over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, with some more helpful stuff. So if you get stuck, give me a holler, and I will catch you here tomorrow. Goodbye.